Well, hello again. This is Adam Levy from Canton, Connecticut. My topic today is home-based business costs. And you know, there's a lot of different costs associated with running a home-based business, although it's a pretty low overhead type of a business. But you know, most of the companies today have some sort of ongoing costs or auto shifts associated with being able to maximize the compensation plans. And I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the companies out there and what their auto shifts are, what really it takes to be in business for a year. You know, when you're first looking at a network marketing business, if you're not new to the industry, you've got some experience like myself. I've been involved for 25 years in this industry. I'm not always thinking about what is it going to cost myself or my new person to get started and to get going in the business. Because let's face it, frankly, new people who have not had experience in the industry, it's going to take them some time to start earning money. There's going to be a learning curve. But for myself, you know, I'm not thinking about what it's going to cost. And if you're a network marketer out there, you're not thinking, hey, what's it going to cost? You're thinking, how much am I going to make? You're thinking about that type of a scenario. But the average person today getting started in your business, how long are they going to last being able to build a business if they cannot afford to stay in business? And let's take a look at some of the things that are out there today in the field of wellness. There's a couple of companies I want to mention. GBG International, company that I'm with, Kivana, Sissel, Isagenix, Zija, Nerium, and even Visalis. All great companies, have a great product lines, but here's the reality. The reality is that in this economy today, can people really afford to be involved in a business with an auto ship of $100, $150, $200 and more? The reality is probably not. In most cases, people are not going to stay on those types of auto ships for very long. So let's take a look at some of the companies out there. GBG International, company I'm with, very excited to be involved with them. Free sign up, that's a real nice feature. You know, they're not playing games with sign-up fees. Let's face it, no one makes any money on sign-up fees except for the company. The upline's not making the money. The company gets to keep that, puts it right in their pocket. You know, that's not doing anything for anybody but the company. So what about you? Free sign-up, that would make life easier, wouldn't it? And then there's startups, and I'm going to talk about the startup packages that are available. There's always lesser ways in all these companies to get started, but I'm going to talk about maximizing the compensation plan in all these scenarios and what it takes to do that. In GBG, it's $399 to start as a platinum. That's a one-time thing, and then you've got one product a month qualification. We'll talk about that. In some of these other companies, though, Kivana, it's $55 for a startup fee. A starter kit, whatever you want to call it. Let's face it, is there really anything that you can't get today electronically that you need to start up your business? Really, there isn't. So that $55, that's something the company keeps. Sissel, $20. Isagenix, $39. Zija, $39. These, again, are all starter kit costs or starter fee costs that are really unnecessary, and really they don't make anybody any money except for the company. And then there's the startup packages. GBG, we're at $399. Kivana, you can get a $500 package or a $1,000 startup. Sissel, $350 is their startup package. Isagenix has a few choices, $307, $559. Zija has several packages all the way up to $1,320. And then Nerium has a $499 and a $999, as well as Visalis, $499, $999. Those are the startup packages. Now, if you can find people that can afford a $999 package, hey, go for it. But the average person today is not starting with packages that high. I mean, there are people doing it, certainly they are, but that's a pretty high startup that, you know what, there's great value in those packages, I'm sure. A lot of people are going to get them. But now let's take a look at what's more important. The ongoing expenses, the auto ship that you have to commit to in order to maximize these compensation plans. At GBG, it's $39.97. It's one product a month. That's it. No matter how high up you go in this plan, it's only $40 a month. Take a look at Kivana, $130, $255 really to max it out. Sissel, hundreds, but really $200 if you want to max out the comp plan. Isagenix, $140, Zija, $180. This is a monthly auto ship, folks. Think about that. Nerium, $80, but really you need $150 in auto ship in order for you to really maximize the compensation plan. And then there's Visalis, $125. Look, Here's the bottom line. When you build a business, when your new person is getting started and 6 months go by, they look at their credit card statement and what are they going to see? A year goes by, what are they going to see? When their spouse gets a look at their credit card statement and they take a look and they see how much their home-based business has cost them to start their home-based business their first year, what kind of numbers are we looking at? You know what? In a lot of cases, their spouse is going to be a little bit freaked out. And then you got to ask yourself, are you in or are you out? Is your new person in or are they out? Can they sustain? Can they be involved in the business long enough? At GBG, pretty simple, one product a month qualification. You start for free and then you get your $3.99 platinum package and you are looking at $838 for the entire year. That's the entire year, and you've maxed out the compensation plan starting in that fashion. Now, folks, you're getting great nutrition, tremendous value in the marketplace, a product that, you know, if you try to build it yourself at Whole Foods, you wouldn't be able to get it for $39.97. So there's true value there. You're actually going to look at that and say, hey, that was money well spent. Whether you made money or you didn't make money in the business in your first year, at least you're not hurt. Nobody is getting hurt. Take a look at some of these other programs and the kind of money that that credit card statement is going to reflect at the end of 12 months. It's pretty incredible. Kivana, almost as high as $4,000 in some cases, depending on which way you get going. Sissel, close to $3,000. Isogenics, $2,138. Zija, over $3,000 on your credit card. Nerium, $2,600. And Visalis, over $2,000 on your credit card at year end, maximizing those compensation plans. Folks, I have to ask you, really, can the people that you're associating with, the people that you're bringing to the table and showing your network marketing business, can they afford to stick around in your business long enough to get good at the business? I just wanted to point out there's also some extras that some of these companies have. Some of them are reasonable for a back office of some sort, some extra bells and whistles on some of the back offices. GBG has one called Engage. It's $15 a month, although you can get it for $99 a year, which is next to nothing. Kivana has My Kivana for $20 a month. My Isogenics has something for $10 to $30 a month, depending on what level. Nerium Edge, $30 a month, and Vinet Pro, $29 a month. These are add-ons that are optional, but mostly if you're building a business and you're trying to make money, those are options that you're definitely going to want to have. But here's the other thing. The Engage platform with GBG International, it's commissionable. Not only is it one of the lowest priced ones, but it's commissionable. These other programs, not commissionable. You're not getting paid on them. Folks, I'm just pointing out some common sense things when you're looking at a home-based business. Maybe for you, the network marketer, you can withstand that because you know you're going to make money. But what about the people they bring in and the people that they bring in? What about the average person getting involved in this business that, you know what, is looking maybe for a tax write-off? They'll certainly get one. But you know what? The reality is they want to make money, and can they be here long enough for them to engage and catch on and figure out this business? So with that, I just want to say thanks for listening. This has just been some common sense marketing with Adam Levy, where, let's face it, common sense, not always so common. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great day. You deserve it.